Hello, beautifuls. I was surprised when I moved to the interior of British Columbia. It's a desert. And because it's a desert, I never expected in my wildest dream that there would be such a vast array of wildflowers. And in particular, my favorite is a wild yellow daisy. And it looks very similar to a brown-eyed Susan, except its center isn't quite as brown. And they pop up in the spring and they decorate entire mountainsides. These beautiful, vibrant yellow flowers, unapologetically displaying themselves for everybody to see. They are content. They are not competing with the flower beside them. They are not comparing the flower beside them. They have no desire to be anything but the flower that they are. And believe it or not, we were once that way too. It was when we were really little, before society programmed us. And again, I want to reiterate that the programming we received was not ill-intentioned for the vast majority of us. It was what was propagated the generation before and before us and just passed down. But in that programming, we were taught that we are not happy just the way we are. There is a continual striving, a desire for looking different, feeling different, having something different, being something different, trying something different. The same, or what we truly are, causes us inner conflict because there's all this idea that in order to survive, we need to compete. We need to be better than. And I love the example of the wildflower. Many of you are familiar with the Bible verse that talks about the lilies, and they have no need to fear, no desire. They're taken care of. And that's what I think of when I see these wildflowers, that we essentially started out like them, and somewhere with the programming, we have forgotten who we are. And we all have it, even if our desire is noble or virtuous. So we desire to be more spiritual. We desire to be more truthful. We desire to be more helpful within our community. These are all desires for us to change in some way. And yes, I understand growth takes change. But what if we looked at the way we understand growth and how change can happen? What if we took the viewpoint of, for example, a scientist? Let's use a meteorologist. A meteorologist watches the weather. He doesn't desire to change it. He studies it really closely. He knows that when this happens, this is going to happen, and when this happens, to the best of his ability. And what if we use the same approach on ourselves? If we watched our actions, our reactions, our interactions without judgment. There's the thing, hey? Without judgment. And in that place, when we actually just learn to observe ourselves, we will understand why we are showing up the way we're showing up. And those shifts will naturally take place. We will remember our true essence. And at the end of the day, everything that we are desiring and striving for is really just to make us feel happy. And nothing externally will make us remember that place of where we are the embodiment of love and happiness and joy. And when we understand who we are, that strong sense of self, we understand that we are connected to every aspect of this life experience. It's all energy. We're all connected in one way or another, and there's no need to compete, to strive, to contort ourselves to try to find happiness, Because ironically, it's already there if we just stop doing and we listen. Again, not everybody will agree with this. Not everybody will appreciate it. It's just another thought that I like to throw out there, because our lives can change drastically when we shift perspective. So, thank you for listening, and until we speak again, please stay hydrated, nourished, and well rested, and be a wildflower.